Hey everybody, Gisele Grenier here. In today's video, I'm going to keep on working on the book of backgrounds. I want to go down to the table and just to show you a few pieces. So the idea for this one here is to basically include some organic stuff with some, I guess, non-organic stuff, man-made stuff. So the organic stuff is this leaf and this mica gifted to me by my friend Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl. Then I've got this little piece of glue, cardboard cutout of a clock, and then some die cut gears and cogs. These are little ones that I put through my scan and cut because I've yet to be able to find some that I actually like. And I tore some dictionary paper. I've got my little quote here printed on canvas paper: "You can keep a secret." So I'm going to be basically using those on this book of backgrounds. Oh, I covered it. This one is a number, don't know, number 3, number 4. I don't know. I'm not sure. It'll be in the description. So with this here, the idea is to take matte and glossy finishes, put them together, but the primary theme is organic and inorganic. I've got a little eyelet as well. So what I want to do is I want to get right to prepping some of the pieces that need to dry. This paper piece, I was going to leave it natural, but I'm going to just knock some of that text back a little bit. And with all this stuff here, I mean, this is just the way that I'm creating it. You do it any way you want. So I'm using the Decor Media white gesso for this, and I'll be doing my collaging with the matte medium. And the colors I have here are colors I don't like typically using. Pearl Orange and Hansa Yellow Medium, and then I've got some titanium white and some interference gold. When I say I don't like really using them, I'm not a fan of orange as a whole, so that's going to be a little bit of a challenge for me. So I'm going to take just a little bit of gesso, get most of it out of the brush, and I'm just going to put a little bit of that. This gesso is really drying out. You can see the paper curling. And I'm not going to really cover it all to the point where I can't see any more text. But I do want to set it back, because this is just like a little supporting piece. Okay. Like that. So put that aside. I'm also going to do the get off of me. Now the clock, I was initially going to do it white and then kind of accent with some metallics, because I find that it's really close to the color of this. The clock really is the focal piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of that gesso and just add a very thin dry layer, making sure that it's not too wet. And then I'm going to come in a little bit later and with some metallic luster and work the edges. You can use just a die cut for this. You can use a metal embellishment. And by keeping it dry, you're not going to cover up all these nice little holes in here. So now look how much that stands out. Much better. Silver would be nice on that. I'm getting into mixing a lot of metals. Mixing, let's say, gold with silver, rose gold with black. So I'm liking that. Put that to dry. And then these little gears and cogs. Where's my... don't know where my... Oh, you know what? I'm going to get my fingers dirty. I don't care. I was going to get my tweezers. So these ones here, what I did is Cheryl gave me a whole bunch of these little cutouts for these gears and cogs, which were really nice. And with everything, we've all done it. We get something gifted. It's so pretty, we don't want to use it, right? So what I wanted to do, so I just took those and I put them through my scan and cut. And then where they're very detailed, and then I widened out the field so it was a more of a softer cut on these, just to do some playing. I should have did this on paper. Now it's fused. And all I'm doing is just priming these to get rid of a lot of the red, because I'm going to be putting metallic paint on these. So while those are drying, I'm clumsy today, my God. Let's see, that's all I have to gesso, right? Okay. So what I want to do is I'm going to quickly, I want to try to keep this project under 15 minutes. So when I'm picking my metals, what I like to do is I have everything upside down. I kind of visually look at what I'm doing. And these are just pieces of powdered glitter. And thinking that the card is working on the browns, which is more of an orange. So I want to kind of go across, or like across the color wheel. So I was thinking working with some of the greens. I'm liking this here. I'm liking this as well. So I think I'm going to take this dark patina. What's this? I think I want to mix two together. I'm liking those two. This looks green on camera, I think, but this is bright brass. I'm liking those two, and I'm also liking this one. So I think I'm going to choose these ones here, these two colors, and I'm going to add a little bit of the gold to each one, although I have to come up with 3 colors. Then for the clock, all I'm going to do is just add, this is a burnished brass. That might be nice too. But I want it to stand out a little bit more. Where's that iced espresso? Where's iced espresso? There we go. I always go back to this one. So I'm going to work with that. Alrighty. I'm going to grab my bristle brush. Not quite strong enough. I'm going to do something else. Let me go back. This one might be a little bit better. There we go. That's better. And I'm just going to dry brush some of this burnished brush. This is the metallic luster. This is a wax finish, and it's also from Deco Art. And you put it on, and then you buff it. And I'm not covering everything. You can mix these as well. You can, and if this dries out, or if you have some that dried out on a palette, you can add some water to it. You can use your finger, like when you use your finger, look how beautiful that gets. That's all non-toxic. Putting that in there. I love getting my fingers dirty when I'm making art. I really do. So I'm just going to work the outside edge. There we go. Now it's really punching up. Not everywhere. Not everywhere. Looks like an old pocket watch. Really get that in there. Love that. Okay, so that's done. And now, although I could use the same type of metallic feel to these little pieces here, I want to do these with the paint. That's dark patina. These are the Dazzling Metallics. This one's bright brass. And this one's festive green. And I'm working these on my paper table because I'm using these papers in art as well. I'm going to go right even where the Dazzling Metallics was, or sorry, the metallic luster. And just take a dirty brush. And that was way more than I needed. I'll have to use it for something else. That's why I'm not minding making a mess on the paper. And I'm going to take my heat gun and dry it. That turned out really pretty. I'm going to Just put a little bit more of the patina on there. The Dazzling Metallics are more transparent. Make that one a bit more green, and this one I'm going to leave more of the mixed color. Put those aside. Whoopsie. Those aside. So I'm done with the metallics. I'm done with the gesso. And isn't that pretty? Ooh. See, with this, just you can use it just to paint in there. I typically wouldn't do it now, but just to show you. And then what I'll do, I'll just cut up the pieces and use it in something else. I mean, normally I would do this in my art journal, but I don't have my art journal handy right now. Let me move these out of the way. But look how beautiful that is. Cut circles and cut whatever. There we are. Okay, I'm gonna have to squish over. I'm gonna move my glass sheet here. And done with that one. So first thing I'm gonna do, let me get my eyelid in there. Where's this way? And I already have the label. Oh, a lot of you have been asking me what I'm using for to make my labels for the artist trading cards. I'm just using this stamp. It was a stamp I picked up at clearance at Memory Keepers before they shut their doors. It's just, I paid I think 50 cents for it. I have no idea, but it's just this. You can do them on your computer. You don't have to spend money on that. I just thought and saw it, and I kind of liked it. I have to make sure I do this right side up, because one of the cards I did a little while ago, I did it upside down. Make sure that my God, yeah, I am really off today. I am really off today. Not sure why. No, I know it is 3 days worth of a storm. I had my an event planned for yesterday, which was the live mixed media swap. Couldn't do it because our power was going out, our internet was going out. Totally blew my day. I can even put that off the paper. I'm going to leave a little bit like this. Get the matte medium. And, oh, I need to get my water bucket a little bit closer. I'm going to start collaging some of this stuff together. So I know that this is in the back. And I do have a bit of a process when it comes to mixed media. And it's not a process that's a set fast rule. I don't believe in rules when it comes to mixed media. Mixed media is the fun stuff in art. And to me, mixed media is all about experimenting. Being able to ask the question, what if I did this? So that's the matte medium on that. Let me put that aside. And then the next thing I want to put down is going to be this beautiful leaf. So I want to put that there. Is that where I want to put it? I can't remember how I dry fitted this. Yeah, that's where I want to put it. So I'm going to be using the matte medium as well. Although I probably should be using something a little bit thicker because it's textured. And I'm sure there's something that I should be doing to actually treat it. But what Cheryl sent me is actually really, really nice. I don't want to muck around with it. I'm going to use it as natural as possible. Right in the corner. So that way the eye goes in. A little bit of matte medium on top of that as well. This is going to take a little bit to dry. I'll put some wax paper on top. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to use some thicker medium for that. There we go. Starting to stick. This I won't use my heat gun on. I want this to dry naturally. And even if little bits stick out, I'm not worried about that. I like that texture. And then this is going to go here, but I want to put some of this mica back there. And Cheryl was telling me that you just take the pieces and you take them apart with a blade, and they are really beautiful. I'm still learning about all this stuff. Just putting some texture in the corner. It's going to add a little bit of, is there anything else? No. It's going to add some shimmer behind the clock. Right there. Okay. So while I'm here, and the mix, matte medium I'm hoping is going to be thick enough for this. If not, I'll just go with a modeling paste, but it should be all right. And some is seeping through the holes there, but that won't matter because that's going to dry transparent. Just poke the holes there. And when I put the wax paper and put some pressure on top, it's going to hold everything nice and steady. Drying, I think, is one of the worst things when it comes to mixed media. I hate the drying time. I hate the drying time. I'm going to take these ones, and again with the matte medium. Oh, let me just put them right on top of the leaf. So we'll put that one there, big one there, the little one here, and this other little one there. I may take some, I may take some modeling paste and put that under there. That's the thing when you're using organic materials. It's not going to be cooperative all the time. I would love to know from you guys, you know that I ask questions for all this, right? I'd like to know from you guys, how do you treat, like if you've used any leaves in, like leaves or dried flowers in your art, what have you done have you done anything special to treat them? Have you done anything, you know, with sealing and stuff like that? I'd like to know. So share in the comments below. That's it for that. And the only thing that's left is this thing here. You know what I totally forgot to do? The paint. I forgot to use the paint. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put that right there like that. Or like that. I totally forgot to use the paint. I'm going to have to use the paint after. Now I want this to dry. I may do another version. But it doesn't take much to do that, eh? In looking at this first, because you have to wait to. I'm not liking the color of the cogs. I'm not liking the color of those. It's too green. It's too green. So I'm thinking now that if I want to go really opposite to the green, is I'm going to go with that yellow orange, and I'm going to dry brush some. So that'll be a challenge, is how dry brushing the cogs without getting any paint on the leaves. So that's going to be a challenge. Yeah, I don't know why I forgot to use the paint, because it was right there in front of my stupid face. So I'm not sure why I forgot that. All right, so let's let this dry. And I'm gonna go have a cup of tea. Maybe it'll turn my brain on, and then we'll see what happens when we come back. Okay, so I let this dry for a little bit. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a different brush, and I'm just going to put a little bit of the translucent white, some of the white right on top of the metallic. And what I'm really doing now is just, it's almost like a repriming little cog. Because yellow and orange are transparent, if I put that on top of the green, it's just going to neutralize it. I'm going to take a little bit of yellow, speck of orange, and yeah, I'm not a fan of this mixture. There we go. And what I want to try is I'll put some interference on this as well. This color, the closest that I can think of is Derelid yellow. That really stands out. I'm going to put some interference right on top of that. There we go. Let's see what happens with that. Now while we're here, while that's drying, I'm going to take, where are we? I'm going to take, where's my thingy? Take some black shimmer and just to the outside of the quote is just to put a bit of an edge on it. There we go. Okay. I'll probably put that somewhere there. I am not liking that. That's, wonder if I can get that off of there. I am not liking that at all. Okay, so able to recover from that. I want to work with this orange because it's one of these challenge things for me, and I just want to make sure that I can work outside the box. This is looking really old. Huh. Wasn't that interesting? How nice that looks. It looks tarnished. That looks really tarnished. I'm liking that. That is much nicer. That is much nicer. Yeah, I'm liking that much better. Okay, let's work with that. Now, this squeaky chair. The leaf is all dry in there now. I'll just put another layer of matte medium. You know, one thing I didn't do with this, which I preach to you guys all the time, dry fit. I always preach to dry fit. Assemble your pieces first. There we go. Thinking that's going to be a lot better. That is the focal point. You got to be careful not to overwork this because the metallic luster is water soluble until it sets. Like this is not working. I swear I should just go back to bed. Nothing is going right with this piece. Okay. I'm quitting for now. I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. Well, I'm not ahead right now. I'm still backwards because I'm not... I'm going to let this dry because I'm not feeling it. And you know that I've been giving away all the art that I've been creating for these. This one's going to be the inner critic saying, don't give this away because it's stupid. And I'm not quite sure if I'm going to give it away. There's going to have to be some real big transformation of this when I come back to it in a few hours. When it's dry, it's going to have to wow me before I will give this away. So let's wait and see. Maybe the painting fairy will come and fix it for me. Alrighty, so I'll see you in a bit. It didn't work, so that's what I have. Not really impressed with it. I'm not quite sure what it is, and I keep coming back to that orange. So I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna take the exact same elements, the exact same colors, and I'm just gonna kind of flip things around. And this is me not dry fitting, but then again, you know, life's not perfect. We do have fails, so I'm going to do this again. The only supply that's going to be different is going to be the leaf, because I don't have that same leaf, so I'm going to be using something else. So I'm going to put the link below to the other video, and although I did show this to Joe and he said it's beautiful, well, could be because husbands have to say that to their wives. But I'm going to put the link below to the video, which is the sister project to this, and we'll see how that one turns out. Alrighty, so yeah, so let me know what you would have done different. Maybe if I find the elements again, maybe I can pick one of the suggestions, be as descriptive as possible, and I'll pick one of the comments and I'll make a card based on those specific instructions, and that person will then get the card. But I'm really disappointed in this. Didn't turn out the way I wanted, and we'll see. Maybe the painting fairy forgot to visit me overnight. Alrighty, so, you know, things happen. So I will see you in the next video. And until then, I'm going to try to stay inspired.